Our weather conditions continue to be challenging, hot, dry, windy, and no end in sight anytime soon.
It was just really foggy. It just looks really bad. And it's starting to get really bad up there.
We saw the fire come down the hill, so I gathered up all the family and we took off.
Our priorities continue to be the same. Life safety first, property second.
This fire is extremely close to these houses. It is ridiculous right now. It is very close and it is widespread.
You just heard it there, a wildfire threatening a city and edging closer to homes. Flames continue to burn out of control in the US state of Nevada, forcing more than 90,000 people from their homes and causing schools to close. The Hawk Blaze is burning on the outskirts of Reno, a city of around 280,000 people in western Nevada, close to the border with California. The wildfire is not contained. It's already burned more than 50 square kilometres of land and injured at least 6 people. But what else do we know about how it started? Here's our North America correspondent, Shaima Khalil.
Well, the fire was first reported on Saturday, and it was reported near the Hawk Meadow Trail in Washoe County, and this is why it's called the Hawk Fire. Now, officials say that it was caused by human activity, although how exactly, that is still under investigation. We know that it started as a brush fire, and then it moved with extraordinary speed, and within hours, it really burned through more than 10,000 acres, and now it's up to 15,000 acres. It's driven towards heavily populated area on the outskirts of Reno, and this is really the big concern, the speed by which it's moving, the unpredictability of it, and its proximity to highly populated areas. Now, strong winds have pushed the fire forward, and then extremely dry conditions have also meant that they've driven this as fuel, which means that the land is really a tinderbox for more fires. And this is what firefighters have been up against. They've been up against the weather that's been working against them. And this is why people have been warned that this fire is not contained at the moment and also not predictable.
Tens of thousands of people have been told to evacuate from an area close to Reno as the large wildfire reached the outskirts of the city. Let's hear from some of those affected.
It was pretty tough. It was horrible. Trying to get up here, trying to go to the house, just trying to get stuff for me and the kids.
I'm still scared to death. It's like you don't know if the winds are going to shift and it's going to get worse, so you're just kind of, I got all my stuff in my car and in his car, so we're just like ready to go if we need to go.
And it came super fast. Within 20 minutes, we were told we got the alarm to go ahead and get out of there. So we saw the fire come down the hill. So I gathered up all the family and we took off.
Well, back to Shaima now with more on how the evacuations are going.
Tens of thousands of residents have been affected by this. We have 42,000 already being told that they had to evacuate immediately, some with just a few minutes to get ready to leave. And they really could just grab whatever they could because essentially they're trying to outrun the inferno and get to evacuation centers. 45,000 have been put on notice to be ready to move when they are told to do so. Patients have also been moved from a couple of medical centers. Schools are closed. Many roads are closed as well. And we've heard from the Reno Police Chief, Corey Salfarino, who urged people to be prepared and to leave as soon as they're being told to do so.
We really want you to prioritize what those evacuation orders mean. It means not waiting until the evacuation order comes out. Make sure you have your important documents, your medication, your kids, your rally plan of where you're going to reunify after this, and plan on being out for a couple of days.
Well, local reporter Lucia Starbuck from KUNR Public Radio in Nevada describes the impact the fire is having on residents and authorities.
The governor declared a state of emergency, so that means the state's National Guard is helping attack it from aircraft, helping police help people evacuate. There was about 800 firefighting personnel on it today. Because that fire is burning on this large hill, kind of just about in town almost. There are neighborhoods at the bottom of each side of the hill, so people have gone to the evacuation site. We know that the casino hotels filled up really quickly. There was road closure, so some people are being diverted over to the state over in California. So it's kind of been this mad dash, you know, really heavy traffic of people trying to leave the area. There was some pretty horrifying videos of people posted while driving and the flames getting really close to a major highway. And it did ultimately skip that highway.
It's not the first time this summer that we have seen wildfires threatening major cities. In July, there were fires near Bordeaux in France, and here in England, homes were destroyed by a wildfire in Stourbridge just a couple of weeks ago. So why does it feel like more communities are finding themselves in the path of these fires? Here's Matt Taylor from our weather team.
Part of the reason we might be seeing wildfires closer and more regularly close to cities is due to the size of them. We're seeing in the US, studies have shown that frequency of wildfires hasn't increased much, but the size of area burned has. And as those wildfires get bigger in size, the greater likelihood is they are going to get closer to populated areas. And so around the outskirts of cities, as wildfires close in, you get more prone to seeing those wildfires arrive.
Well, Nevada is a state at high risk from large wildfires because of its dry climate and abundance of invasive grasses. Authorities in Reno say this fire was caused by human activity, but what role does climate change play in the conditions that allow fires like this to take hold and then spread? Here's Matt Taylor again.
Climate change isn't causing wildfires. In fact, over 80% of wildfires in the United States are caused by people, but human-induced climate change is what's making fire conditions ripe for those fires to occur. So we're seeing longer lasting, more extreme droughts, and that of course dries out the ground and makes the vegetation more prone to catching light and spreading more rapidly.
Well, this current fire is in Reno in Nevada, but extremely close to the border with California. So how concerned are neighbouring states and how widespread is the wildfire threat across the region? Back to our Los Angeles correspondent, Shaima Khalil.
Well, there's a great deal of concern from neighboring states, especially here in California. Reno is really on the fault lines between Nevada and California. So California is watching this and monitoring the Hawk Fire fairly closely. I think across the American West, there is a bigger story of many wildfires that are happening. Some of them not very controlled. We've seen Washington State, for example, in the last few weeks suffering from wildfires. In Nevada itself, this is the latest one in 3 fires that are happening in the state. And I think there's a great deal of concern among neighboring states about how fast this can go, the resources that they have to contain it. But again, it's also about the effect on populations. If this is happening in vast areas of forest, that's one thing. If it's getting close to residential areas, remember it's also back to school. So it's going to affect schools, it's going to affect universities. So officials are saying that they're watching this quite closely to see what kind of resources that they need, to see what precautions that can be put in place. And remember, again, the fire in Nevada is not contained, which means the concern about it traveling far and fast is still very much into the minds of officials and, of course, members of the community.
And that's all you need to know about the wildfire in Reno.